Welcome back to Beyond the Ladder. I am Chadderzo, CEO of Ladder Legends, joined with the wonderful GamerRichy, co-founder and head coach of Ladder Legends, and our wonderful guest, Empress Lily, the new Queen of
Hey.
Blades, if I don't mind saying so. So, how are we doing, Lily? Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling great. It's a good day today.
Good day. We love that. We love that. So, thank you for joining us. And really, we'll just kick this off. I have a question for you, just to have a little chat. So, it will kind of be like a two-part. But firstly, like, when did you start taking StarCraft 2 seriously and streaming StarCraft 2? Because you got about 3,400 followers, and you stream, once, I think, once a week, twice a week or so. Like, is this something that you think you'll take more seriously? Tell me a little bit more about your streaming career in StarCraft 2. Like, where's your goal with that?
So, I started StarCraft back in 2019, I think.
Hmm.
I think my first stream was around in 2019 as well. It was I started streaming in January of that year, but I didn't start into StarCraft until halfway through that year.
Hmm.
And that's where it all kind of kicked off for me. I started off in bronze, which is never fun. That was a bit humbling, I gotta say. But throughout my streaming career, because mainly my streamings have always been like StarCraft 2 based. I've done like a few variety sort of things here and there, and a little bit of Minecraft, obviously, because who doesn't like Minecraft? But it's mainly been StarCraft for me, yeah. So I've been doing this for about 7 years now,
Wow,
which is kind of weird to say.
that
That's
is mad.
really
Yeah.
that is just like almost a decade. Yeah, since I was 16.
Wow. So that was an
Yeah.
experience.
Oh yeah. My God, it's been 7 years. I haven't really processed that fact yet. It's been 7 years since I've been doing it. I did take a big fat chunky break in between though, like a good 2 year break. But yeah, seven whole years of my life revolving around StarCraft 2. Just want to point out my poster in the back. That's how dedicated I am to the grind. Okay, okay.
The Queen of Blades, the new Queen of Blades, everybody, the
Oh
new future
yeah.
GM. She's actually being coached by Richy on occasion here and there. And it's been quite impressive to see Lily grow. And I guess I'll have one more really quick one before we pass over. But
Mm.
essentially, um, as I think a lot of people would like to know, I guess, is like being a woman streamer in StarCraft 2 is very rare. What's that experience been like for you in a nutshell?
Well, it's been mainly positive. I do have to say the StarCraft community has been the most welcoming community that I've ever been in. Just such lovely people all around, and the streamers and the people are just awesome.
Mm.
There are obviously like a few drawbacks with being a woman in gaming in general. I don't think it's like StarCraft 2 specific, but backseat gamers are like rampant. Maybe it's because I'm not great at the game, but I think it's a little bit amplified by the fact that I'm a girl, because people love telling girls what to do.
Just a girl, yeah.
Yeah,
We,
just
we
a girl, just doing girly things. Yeah, no, it's just
That's ridiculous, yeah.
it gets frustrating at times for sure. But I can't imagine that just being a StarCraft 2 thing.
No.
And obviously like it is a bit of a rarity to see a woman playing in StarCraft 2, but there is like a Discord server that I'm in called the Banshees, and it's like a women only server,
Wow.
which was pretty cool to join. They reached out to me pretty early on in my stream, and it's nice to have like a little communal area where we could just go, "Yeah,
No, I love that.
women, women, am I right?"
Hey, more power to you, and I love that. And I love there's also a safe space for you guys to congregate and talk about StarCraft 2 and talk about your streaming. I mean, we did see that pig video where he posted of salt mines where
Oh gosh,
you
yeah.
humbled a guy who said, girls can't play StarCraft, girls can't play games. And you were like, want to bet? Boom. Pretty solid 250 APM from you that game, I'm pretty sure. You were locked in. Music was off. You were like, this guy's got
Oh
to go
yeah.
down. 100%.
Oh my gosh, when I get that sort of stuff on, because my name is so like feminine, Empress Lily. Like, oh my gosh, could you ever get more woman than that? I honestly didn't cross my mind when I was making it, but when I get that sort of stuff on the ladder, first it tilts me so hard, it tilts me to the moon and back. But then it kind of locks me in, and I go, okay, time to show this guy who's boss.
No, amazing.
Women can do war. Am I right? But yeah, that was something. It's a really messy game for me as well. People were saying in the comments. I did read some of the comments on that video, and they were like, "Oh, this is really bad gameplay." Yeah, obviously, I was tilted. Leave me alone. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Would you be tilted if you had something like that?
everyone's a critic until they're on the spotlight. That's the issue.
Honestly.
No, thank you. No,
Yeah.
thank you. That's good. Like, and I really appreciate you answering that. I mean, and you should have the opportunity to talk about that as well. I mean, it's pretty impressive, your career.
Thank you. Thank you. I do try. But yeah,
Mm.
Starcraft. It's just such a complicated game, and it is quite male dominated over here in Starcraft, but I don't know. It's not too much of an issue to me.
No.
I don't really notice, but it does get to you when you got stuff like that being served up to you in the middle of a game. It's like, okay, what have I done? I've just been a woman. Apologies.
No, nothing to apologize for. It's very empowering. It's awesome, honestly, and the fact you stuck with it, you're doing a great job. Your streams are a lot of fun, and you also, those of you that don't know and you're watching this, Empress Lily is also one of our most faithful casters. She absolutely loves casting our amateurs and opens. She has a lot of fun. She unfortunately missed our $1,000 valedictorian cup, but Empress Lily will be back, so you make sure you do check out her channel when she does cast. She does do some fantastic commentary. Richy, in your career in StarCraft 2, which goes on about the length of StarCraft 2, actually, I would say, and being old, like 42 years old, inside joke, everyone. Being in StarCraft 2, pretty much your whole career. How many female streamers and players have you come across? Do you remember any of them? Any of them are no? That's obviously not Scarlet, for example. Like Scarlet's a major one. She's fantastic. Won a lot of games.
There's quite a few, but you could probably name them probably on one hand. So it's quite a rarity that you'll find not only a StarCraft 2 streamer that is female, but also a high level one as well, anywhere from sort of Diamond to Grandmaster. So especially as Lily progresses, I mean, that story would be absolutely fantastic if Lily, not only from the UK, let's go.
UK clan, let's go.
Way.
Getting into GM would be absolutely amazing. So I think that there's a question that I've actually wanted to ask Lily since this has started. What is your biggest challenge whilst progressing in StarCraft 2 once you started? So what was that hill that you had to climb over? Because obviously you're Diamond now, but you had to get there, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Platinum was a big problem, just as a whole entire league. That was like my place of residency. I had a home address in Platinum, man. It was, oh my god. I think I was stuck in Plat for like 2 years. I think. But I think the main problem with me is like build orders and consistency, 100%, because my brain is just like everywhere all at once. So I'm like thinking of a million things, but it's not the correct million things that I should be thinking of. It's more like, what am I gonna eat tonight? Oh wait, I'm playing StarCraft. Let's focus on that. And I've missed like 10 overlords in that process. It's rough, but I'm getting better.
Oh, I have a question. Have you ever? Be honest with me, because I have. I'm ADHD as hell, right? You know those props in the game, like the dog and like the what are they called?
Yes.
Do you get distracted by them while you're playing?
Yes.
I
get scared by them as well.
I was once. This wasn't that long ago. That's how embarrassing this is. What are they called? The one with the antler. Oh, is that what they're called? Like the deer-looking ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen those. Yeah.
You know how they leave a shadow if your graphics are high?
Yes.
So that fucker, right? I was about to move out of my base doing a 1-1-1 against a Protoss. I saw a shadow and I didn't move out, and I sieged up thinking there was Protoss there. It wasn't. It was a fucking. it was the deer. It was a deer. And I lost the game, and
honestly.
And my opponent messaged me going, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I'm not explaining this to him because I don't need any more embarrassment from this." It was. Has ever happened to anything like that happened to you guys? I mean, because I feel like I'm not the only idiot that's happened to.
I'd certainly get distracted by them.
On
Yeah.
one of the maps, I can't remember if it was Oceanborn, but there was a huge
Great map.
creature that left a big shadow in the natural. So when I was playing Protoss or Zerg on that map, instantly I'd think there'd be a Doom drop if I was versus Terran. Most horrible feeling ever. So you're not wrong,
Fight or
Chad.
flight.
No. What do you remember? Do you remember the underwater map? It was very popular. Come back a few times. It was
Oh,
very
I
popular.
think I.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking about?
know which one. Yeah, I know which one you're talking
It
about.
has
It's the
the
one with
fish,
the fish.
the one with the big fish.
Yeah.
Have you ever been scrolling through the map and it will just get in front of your camera and block your entire vision? So
Yes.
I was in
Yes.
I was again Terran because all the best things for me happen when I'm Terran, all the bad things. I can't play Terran well for some reason, and I was up against again Protoss, and we engaged in a fight, and I like moved my camera to EMP the High Templar, and the fucking fish went over the High Templar. So I'm there moving my mouse with the side button, the drag, and I'm looking for, and then Storm had already happened, and I was just stood there looking at it, going, "That wasn't even my fault." Like,
Oh, mate. Oh, it's the worst when that happens to you. The map out to get you. I swear.
so Lily, you've been a part of a lot of Legends now since Home Story Cup when we had a little chat, didn't we? And we had a great time. I was drunk to be admittedly when we had when we first properly chat. I think we walked past each other so many times, even outside.
Yes, we did.
And I started getting a little bit tipsy on the Saturday, and then I was like, Lily, you should come and cast for Legends. And you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you thought I was taking it very seriously. And then obviously I reached out to you, and you've been working it. Like, so what's your thoughts on working at Legends, working with me and Richy? Your thoughts on the whole the company's vision, etc., and what it's been for you getting coached by Richy and being a part of this organization that's been very what's the word I'm looking for? It's been hard for the community to adjust to Legends, I would say.
Okay. I honestly love the concept of ladder legends, especially for a game like Starcraft. There is a skill gap, there is a skill threshold to get into Starcraft, 100%, and that makes the game not inaccessible, but hard to get into for newer players. And I think it's important for companies like Ladder Legends to exist so we can bridge that gap in between, Starcraft and newer players, because it's a very old game and it doesn't have as lively as a player base as it used to be. And thus, as a result, there's not many resources to look up. I know when I first started playing StarCraft in like 2019, it was still pretty, pretty lively. I believe when I was looking back in the day, we were competing with Overwatch viewership on Twitch, which was quite big. I know this was before Overwatch 2, so it was big before the big explosion. But that was pretty big for StarCraft 2. But I remember finding it really difficult to find current build orders that would work for me at that point in the meta. I was like watching 5-year-old videos or something like that, and it was just like, I don't know what to do, guys. I'm not winning. I don't have any build orders, and that's why I didn't have build orders for a long time. And I to be fair, I think I've only just started to get into the habit of build orders because of Richy.
Me too. I think it's an ADHD trait. Just fucking wing it for years.
Honestly, vibes. I based it off vibes, and I managed to get to plat, but just solely on vibes. But it did make the transition from plat to diamond was incredibly hard, which Richy has helped with a load. Oh my god, I think I'd be raging so much more if it wasn't for Richy.
Yeah, no. So that's amazing. So are you saying that Ladder Legends has been a positive impact on the community for you as well
I
as a
definitely
caster?
think so. Oh yes, definitely. Oh, as a caster, 100%. It's given me so many opportunities to cast and experience tournaments and stuff like that. That's always been exciting. Being able to share the excitement with viewers and the players. That's always been a fun thing for me, which you guys have provided. So thank you very much. It's very, very, very nice. Very, very positive impact on the community for sure.
That's amazing to hear. Me and Richy put 80 hours a week into this easily to just for you guys, for you, everyone out there watching, and also for Lily. So if you don't know, our casters do get paid to cast at Ladder Legends. Lily is one of our first, and she's been phenomenal. She has earned every single penny. and this is just all hands. I love it.
Yeah, I can't stop moving.
No, I love it. I love it. Please, yeah, and we want to make sure we're giving back to each part of the community, but less about that slightly. Richy, is there anything you want to add before we do the hot seat, where Lily is going to grill us with some questions, and we have to be honest?
Yeah, I'd add on to the content actually. The amount of people that have told us if we started this 7,
6 years
8
ago,
years
yeah.
ago, it, where we would be now, insane. Definitely with tuxedos, and drinking tea with our pinkies up. But I think it's just such.
That's an English comment, by the way, that every American just went, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah, I just think we're just very unique, and I think that we just bring a breath of fresh air to the StarCraft 2 community. So, yeah, that's the only thing I'd add to that.
Awesome. All right, Lily, as we do like to play with our guests, hopefully more and more and more, you are now in control. The power is over to you. It is now a hot seat moment.
Ooh.
Hot seat,
Lovely.
everyone, is a new thing me and Richie have decided to do. Basically, what that means is me and Richie will be in the hot seat, and the guest of the podcast will be allowed to ask us a few questions. And basically, we have to be super honest. And I'm sure, knowing Lily, they're going to be very chaotic questions. So, Lily, pick your victim, pick your mark, and fire.
Okay. Okay, Chad.
Oh, constantly speak. Okay,
Yeah.
do it, Lily.
What is your favorite race to play? Not random. Has to be an actual race on StarCraft 2. Start it off. Easy.
See, I hate that question because I'm ADHD, so I need variety. I don't even have a favorite color, Lily.
That's why I picked Zerg though, because it's
To be fair,
everything.
I've always played random, as most people know. That do know me, they know I started my career as random. Richie likes to regularly let me know that shot me in the foot a little bit. He thinks I could be a lot better player if I had picked a race and stuck with that race instead of being crazy ADHD and trying to be cool and playing all 3 races. But I got to Masters 2 with it, and I hover around done 1 Masters 1. Masters 1, fuck that. Masters 3, depending on my mood. But if I had to pick a race, I mean, the problem I have, Lily, is they're all fun in their own way, but they're all really fucking boring in their own way.
No,
And I think it really depends. But if you said to me, right, you have to pick one, I'm taking the other 2 away, you're never allowed to play them again. I think just out of sheer pettiness, I'd pick Zerg. Out of sheer pettiness, because look, I'm a big advocate for not balance winding and not picking on the other races. But I'm sorry, listen, I think if you got to pick a skill ceiling, Zerg is the hardest race to play mechanically, micro, and also just being on top of things. I mean, a good Zerg right? If I had to choose between playing against a 6k Protoss Terran or Zerg, I'm picking the Terran and Protoss. I'm not picking the Zerg. A 6k Zerg player will destroy you with 6 lings in the early game just because their micro is that good. It's so difficult to play against a good Zerg, and they got so many ways to get into the game, come back to the game, play the game. More variety than I think Terran and Protoss has. At my level, by the way, all you GMs out there, before you start yelling at us in the comments about how stupid I am, remember, I myself play at Diamond 1 Master 3. Lily herself plays in the Diamond Leagues as well. Low Masters, I believe, getting there at least. We see the game in a very different light to yourselves. So, yeah, I think just out of sheer pettiness, I'd play Zerg just because it's the hardest race. I'm just masochistic like
Valid. It is. I agree with that entirely.
that.
And utterly. It is the hardest race to play. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Hey,
Of course, she's right.
Richy. Richy. Your question next. Your question.
Yeah, go on.
What is
I'll
the
settle this.
hardest race to teach?
Oh, that's a fucking great question.
You
You
do
see,
agree.
you are going to have so many people messaging you after this, being like, "What are you saying about?"
What are
Right.
you saying?
The hardest. We'll start with the easiest. The easiest race to teach actually is Zerg players, because they're traumatized. They're traumatized by Fort Gates. They're traumatized by Mass Reapers.
Hold me, Lily.
they see that little light in the corner and they're like, "Oh my god, there's a process. I can kill these Terran players." And yeah, Zerg players, they're looking for that messiah to guide them on their way. Then mediocre is Protoss, because Protoss, they're actually, as long as you get them on the right track, they play defensively, they've got all the tools, they've got the storm, they've got their base cap, they're fine. Then you've got Terran players. My god. So I main Terran, and we are the most entitled players you beat on the ladder, alright?
To be fair, the ego of Terran players is fucking up there. It is
Oh my
bad.
god.
We lose because we were supply blocked for 1 minute. That is their fault. The opponent's fault, not ours. So we love we love losing to Bailing Bus. I mean, Terran are, I would say, are the most whiniest out of all of them, from everyone that I've taught, especially TVP. I've always got people moaning about TVP. But yeah, Terran players are the hardest for two main reasons. Terran players believe that they can all play like Mario, which is very true. They can sit back, make ghosts, and play Tetris with planetary fortresses on every single map that exists. And secondly, Terran players do believe that if they've done the build order correctly, they should have won the game. So,
Valid.
The amount of most of your students are Terran, you know that, right?
yep.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, the hot seat. It's already starting off well. Love it.
Well, fantastic question that was.
That's a great question.
Yeah,
That's a
welcome.
great question.
I'm brewing some more up in my head.
I love it.
Some
Image
diabolical
Oh, is
stuff.
that what the steam is? There's a smoke coming out of.
thinking, using my brain. Okay.
Oh.
This is an open question for both of you.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Okay. So, which is your least favorite play style and why?
But is it to play as or play against?
Play. I think in general, like.
Okay, we'll generalize that. I think we'll answer both.
Yeah.
I think. What do we hate playing? What do we hate playing against? We're both random, Richie. So this is actually a good question. Go on, Richie. I'll let you answer first.
I don't like the guys that have no information. They put their balls to the walls and they just throw stuff on the wall, and whatever sticks to it, they're going to go for it. So they go straight down the middle of the fucking map. They don't care what's going on, and they haven't scouted for the last 5 minutes, and they're just going to go for it.
All right, hang on. There's no need to call me out like that, really. There really wasn't. Like, there was no need for that.
That's my play style.
I was going to say that's my favourite. I've got to pick another one now. Oh, so that's the one you don't like playing against. Okay, so like, what if you had like? So Richie, I think what Lily's asking then as well. Like, you'd answer this one. What is like the least fun playstyle? And obviously, you play all three races, so I'm assuming that you can answer that question openly.
As playing as that race.
Yeah, or like playing. Yeah, pick a race that has a playstyle that you just hate.
I mean, anything that's turtley, really, because you're just sitting down doing not much on the map.
Nah,
so
yeah.
Just staring at buildings.
Yeah, I can't imagine the most laborious way of playing. But if you've got loads of time on your hands, vacations there, you've taken annual leave from work, go ahead. You ruin your entire night.
Imagine that being your reason to your boss. So I need a week off annual leave. He's like, "What's for?" I need to turtle. And he's like, "What?"
Hard.
Yeah, I need a lot of siege tanks and planetary fortresses. I'm like, "What the fuck are you? Fire this guy!" Okay, no, I respect that. Okay, so I hate playing against. All right, okay. Like, I think everyone who listens to this is going to understand this. You know those really obnoxious players that play a build that you've never seen before, shouldn't work in it, fucking beat you. And I'm talking dumb shit, right? Like, like one, you're Terran, right? And then one base swarm host, just, and then when you finally think you've dealt with it, you go across the map. There's like 30 spine crawlers just sitting there waiting for you, and you're like, "There's no need for that, really, is there?" Or like when they go like Mass Infester and just fungal you, like they're obviously very good players and they just mess with you like that. Or Borrowed Bane, right? Borrowed Bane. See, you know who you are. Borrowed Banelings. Why? There's no need for it. I know I'm supposed to scan, but I don't, do I? Right, 30 supply Marines don't need to die just like that, do they? Right? Rude. Mass zealots. I think it's just like if you don't play a macro standard game, you get away with just doing like one thing. Like kudos to you, you deserve to win, top tier. However, why? Why me? Pick on someone
Annoying.
else. Pick on someone else. Pick on Lily. There's no
No,
need to
don't
give.
pick on me.
There's no
It's
need
all
to.
that it is in Diamond. Just annoying.
I know. Hate to play. Yeah, anything slow. Anything that requires me to actually use my brain for more than 5 minutes. I think like if it gets to 4 bases, I sigh. I evidently sigh. I'll be sat there and as soon as I drop my fourth base and I see they're taking up tier 3, I go, oh no. Right,
True.
or like mech when it gets to that point is just, or Sky Toss is horrifying. Because you're just looking at this massive army and you're like, yeah, I got 7 corruptors, 2 bases. I can. What the fuck do you want me to do with this shit? Like, that's just so unfair.
True.
And I know it's my fault, but why do that? Because you're just taking longer to kill me. And, you could have done it in any other build order quicker. They're giving me false hope builds. That's what I'm going to call them. False hope builds. Make you think you're still in the game, and you're not.
True.
You're not in the game. You're not.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
True.
Shit like that, there. Murders me. I think StarCraft is a fast-paced game for a reason, because, like, guys, like, you look at Age of Empires, right? Or you look at Command and Conquer, you look at any other RTS. Like, me and Richy were talking about this in another podcast, that, yeah, you know, Lily, like, it's fucking, it's like watching paint dry, watching one building be made. Or, like, you get a massive army together in your battle, and you're just sat there and you're like,
That's why I don't play any other RTS. It's because StarCraft is the quickest that I can find.
it's ruined it for
and
me,
it
honestly.
stimulates.
Yeah.
It's ruined any other RTS for me. I love how stimulating StarCraft is.
Oh, it's a
There's
nicotine patch for
things to be
ADHD.
doing.
It's a nicotine patch for ADHD. It really is, and I like how like neurodivergent people really latch onto StarCraft for that reason, because it's creative and it's fast. But you're right. I mean, StarCraft 2, I believe, should be played at a fast pace. Because if you look at Wings of Liberty, guys, do you remember watching those games back then? That's like watching paint dry. The cast is trying to find something to talk about for the first 4 minutes because only the barracks is just finished, and nothing else has really happened. And I mean, I'm sure it wasn't that exaggerative, but like Richy, you used to play back in the glory days of Heart of the Storm and Wings of Liberty, and I'm sure now it feels like a different game in that sense. You'd be sitting there spamming the keyboard, getting your massive finger muscles ready, and it took you 4 minutes, and then you get your first unit out.
Believe it or not, Chad, APM used to be calculated different in Heart of the Storm, and I don't know whether everyone can remember this, but location hotkeys and all movements used to be. Everyone was coming out of 400, 500 APM, just because you were just fiddling around with your camera hotkeys and stuff like that. APM was much different.
Hang on, so you're telling me they patched an ego thing? Sorry, because APM is all ego. APM means fuck all. Right? Below top 50 GM. No, because go on.
I don't know whether anyone can remember it though, because I can remember strictly near the end of Heart of the Swarm, everyone having high APM, and then it was either the change to Legacy of the Void or there was a patch that everyone just had lower APM, and everybody was feeling down about it as well. They're like,
I would too.
Oh no!
So I'm not good. So I'm not good at the game. No.
So that was interesting.
Do you remember Heart of the Swarm where Queens were F2? You wouldn't have been there for that, Lily, would you? No, so Queens used to be Queens used to be a part of the all army hotkey.
I would have been.
Yeah, like
agreed.
I was like, you'd get attacked, you pull your army hotkey, and you'd have Queens on each base. And then you defended, and you've got just a clump of Queens, and now you've got to like manually, go back over here, go back over here.
I would have been screwed.
And you couldn't stack injects either. I'm pretty sure you couldn't stack injects. That was the other thing. Like I live on that, by the way, because I'm useless with injects. So I'll be there and I'll be like, shift, click, 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 click. I'm amazing at the game. 2 minutes and I'll have 1,000 Zerglings. But yeah, you couldn't do that back then. I think the skill ceiling has slightly like lowered. Because back then it was more to think about, right? Well, I would say Zerg more so, but also, do you remember when the gateways used to have to be manually turned into warp gates?
Yeah.
So you build a gateway,
Oh,
and the amount of
Oh,
times I look at my base, I've like 6 gateways, just not warp gates.
you guys had it rough, is what I'm hearing.
Flashbacks, man, flashbacks, flashbacks.
I mean, I played it a little bit.
That showed like so much
Sorry, Lee.
more buttons to press, right? So you would like be in a game and those would impact the game. Now it's kind of done a little bit automatically for you. So the major reason why a lot of players left, maybe come into Legacy of the Void, is because they babified it, they believe. So they made it easier for simple mechanics in the game. So that's why a lot of people kind of left and then either went back to World of Warcraft or Age of Empires and sort of stuff like that. So Starcraft
Okay.
back then was just you're right, so much slower, but you'd sit there and then you'd micro like 2 Reapers for like a solid minute. Like you'd have so much time, it would be unreal.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, actually, yeah. You micro a Reaper for 1 minute, you got 1,000 resources in the bank. Now, like, then and you feel bad about it as well. You hate because you go, right, I guess I'll just secretly make these 4 barracks and pretend like that was the plan the whole time. To spend this money. No, yeah, the game is very, very different. It's very good, and and I said this last podcast. I'll probably bring it up in every podcast, but my dream is that StarCraft 2 is everywhere, and I'm talking everywhere, guys. It's a game that I think deserves millions of daily players. I think it deserves content creators galore. I think it deserves a diversity in people that have different thoughts. I want reviews on these games. I want people to talk about. I remember the glory days when that used to be the case, and we certainly deserve to be in bigger tournament scenes and world tournament scenes, right? The players deserve it for sure. They bloody worked hard for it. Got all these young new players coming up into the 6K, 6.5K range, and they've missed a lot of what it was back in the day. And if you think back in Wings of Liberty, Richie and Lily, you had all these names, and honestly, I forget they even existed, but they were phenomenal at the game, and then they dropped off. Like Pulp, for example. Pulp was one of the best players in the world, and due to personal circle, I think it was military service, and he ended up dropping off from the game. But I think globally, if there was a way to get StarCraft 2, a free game, by the way, that is so fun, so addictive, and such an expression of skill, an expression of you. How you play StarCraft 2, the race you pick, your play style is an expression of you as a person. Guys, if you've got family or friends, I'm sure Lily and Richie will agree with me. If you've got family or friends who would like to get into a game, if they're into chess, if they're into anything like that, right? Tell them about StarCraft 2. Tell them to get their ass in front of their computer, download it, and give it a shot. And in that case, make sure you direct them straight to Ladder Legends. And there's loads of free content on there. It's not all paid, guys. And there's an opportunity to be a part of a fantastic community. Lily is one of our massive representatives as well. I'm going to be trying to forcing her to actually spend more time in the VC and hanging out with us all there. And we'll see what we can do. She's a busy girl. But you do be. So, yeah, everyone, thank you so much. I think that concludes Beyond the Ladder, episode 2. Thank you so much for being our guest today, Lily. It's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure. Learn a lot about you and to be the victim of your hot seat. Thank you so much. And as we do more of these, we'll have people gauging who did the best. So get your votes in. All right. So I will always leave a little challenge at the end of our videos. The person who gets the right answer will be picked at random in the comments section. That person gets a free 1 month subscription at Ladder Legends and a free coaching session paid for by me. So the question is, how old is Empress Lily? Leave your guesses in the comments and we'll pick the winner. Good luck, have fun, everyone. Have a great time. Get out there and ladder.